listen to those woodwinds. Ooh. All of the dungeon tracks in this game have a kind of atmospheric feel. And of course, there is kind of an enemy theme as you approach enemies here. Which, hey, we just killed that guy and got a different item this time. We got ourselves a Deku Nut. We can set it with C and try throwing it. This is kind of to stun enemies. And now we have a nut button. But yeah, the dungeons in this game tend to go for a more atmospheric tone with their, not only their aesthetic, but also the music, of course. Navi's pointing out this web here. Look, Jockey. You can see down below this web using up. Well, we can now that you're not talking to us, Navi. Jeez. Alright, so yeah, there's something down there, but this web is in the way. We'll have to figure out some way to get it out of here. I kind of hinted in the last part I was going to explain some of my history with this game, and my history with this game is actually a little muddled, you see. I didn't play this game at first. The first Zelda I played was the original. The classic NES title, as you will. Ooh, we have a chest here. Go ahead, Link, see what we got inside here. There's this cutscene every time it's an important item that, well, as you can see, this is the dungeon map. We can press start to see the map. So when you're in the overworld, the map is just telling you kind of the location you're at. But here, while you're in a dungeon, it shows you the various floors. And you also have a new kind of map subscreen in the bottom corner there, as you can see. But yeah, the first Zelda I played was the original. And from there, I was kind of more attuned to the 2D Zelda games. And so this was the first 3D Zelda I played. I never played Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, any of those. And to be honest, a lot of things put me off about this game. I wasn't a fan of the new 3D control scheme. It took a lot of getting used to. It seems kind of standard for Zelda games at this point, but when it's your first one, it's daunting. The more on-rails approach is very different from the original Zelda, of course, and even some of the other ones. And Navi's kind of guiding you through the whole thing here, although it gets a little more loose as we go on. You can open a door. Yeah, she's explaining to you how to open a door here. That gives you a perfect example of how this is a lot more guided than, say, Zelda 1, which is just kind of, you're on your own, kid. We've got an enemy here, this Deku Scrub, and any enemy here, Navi can explain kind of how they work. Like that. Oh, I just kind of skipped through it. We'll hide behind grass if you get close to it, so you gotta bounce nuts to spit back at it. Yeah, we can't get close to hit it with a sword. We gotta use our shield here. There's a reason we got the thing. Once he bounces a projectile back at him, we gotta approach him. Forgive me, master. I'll give you a clue if you let me go. When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the analog stick forward, you'll roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it'll work, though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you're feeling bold. Wah! Alright, there he goes. And he left behind a heart. You know what? That was nice of him. But yeah, my first playthrough of this game, I didn't really like it, to be honest. And it kind of went on for a long time not caring about this game. And, oh, we got the slingshot here, our first kind of dungeon item. That's useful. Eventually, later down the line, I heard from various voices, I won't say who, but you probably know, other people saying that this game wasn't that good compared to 2D Zelda. And I felt validated, like, yeah, I'm part of that camp now. I'm part of the camp who doesn't like this game, and I agree with everything this person says now. And, you know, eventually I just came back to this game, I gave it another shot, and what do you know, I really enjoy it, you know? Once you learn the 3D control scheme, I think it's a lot of fun seeing this kind of basic Zelda experience with it. We got a slingshot here, we're using first person, we can shoot around, that's fun. It's really worth appreciating what this game did for its time and for the Zelda series, you know, it made a lot of changes. And also in general, I think there's also just a lot to be fun with it. And there's a lot of fun variations people have done. Of course, there's randomizers people have done with it. We hosted a randomizer in my charity stream this year, Extra Life, where I didn't compete, but a lot of other people did, competing with Ocarina of Time randomizers, and that was a lot of fun. Look at the wall, the vines are growing on it. Yeah, we can climb vines in Abby, we understand. But my point with all this is that don't give up on games, and also don't just take what one person says about a game as gospel. Don't take what I'm saying about it as gospel. Play the game for yourself, see what you think of it. Replay the game throughout the years, see if your opinions change, because they're bound to change, everyone is. Oh, we gotta avoid this guy as we're climbing up here. And so, yeah, I think that's an overall good thing to take away with my Let's Plays, with anyone's reviews or Let's Plays, is it's all just random opinions on the internet. You're free to form your own, and your own is welcome to change. So, that's the moral of this part. Because, I mean, now I have a great time with this game. I absolutely enjoy it. And we got these skull shell enemies here. I'll show off using the Deku Nuts, which just basically stun the enemy like so. Pretty useful early on, but not the best item, I'll be honest. And we got a door over here. Nope, sealed behind us. Whenever a door seals behind you like that, that's a sign you gotta solve some puzzle in here. which was the case in the original Zelda, I believe, as well. Here we are. Just gotta use these platforms to go over here. And just like the old Zelda dungeons, in addition to a map and an item, we also got the compass. So this is to show us where certain chests are, and also where the boss of the dungeon is, of course. Classic Zelda stuff here. I like how they were kind of reinvented as well. Oh, we got some slingshot ammo here. That's always good to get. Well, we can see on our map there is another chest in here before we leave. There's a couple other things we can do. Navi, why don't you explain this torch guy here? It looks like that torch was burning not too long ago. Yeah, but it's not burning now, so why don't we use our stick item here to transfer fire over, like so. And that opens the door back up. And we can actually put away our stick to save it so it doesn't burn away. If you just kind of hold it out there, or if you use it as a weapon, you will consume the stick. It is a limited kind of item. Oh, that guy's coming down. Hey, get out of the way, you. Okay, we avoided him. So we can see what this other bonus chest here was. Is this just rupees? Oh, it's just a heart. Gotcha, okay. Also along the wall we have this golden skull spider here. Might as well slice him up. And we destroyed a gold skulltula. Got a token proving you destroyed it. That's one of our quest items here, I believe. Yeah, gold skulltula. They're optional, but there's just a whole bunch throughout the games. So if you're a fan of collectibles in gaming, there you go. I think there actually might be a few more in this dungeon here. I'll just avoid that guy. Does one of these planks extend a little longer? Because, well, believe it or not, the entire puzzle here is we gotta open that web down there. Well, big enough jump will do, right? Whee! Oh, it seems I misplaced my jump a little bit and we only got the edge. Of course, you want to go in the center, right? It works like a web where you want to drag down from the middle. Or like jelly, I guess. But it kind of makes sense, this whole dungeon, how you're seeing these little ledges along and that you're going upwards. I like also in this game, I think this game does better than a lot of the previous Zelda games in designing dungeons that are more connected all around, right? This first part of the dungeon is all one big room we go up, and so once we unlock that lower area by jumping through the web, well, if we happen to die, the dungeon entrance is right next to that web bit we're going down, so not a lot of backtracking you have to worry about. Whereas in the first Zelda, if you died to the boss, you had to retraverse through all those various rooms. And let's jump on down. I missed again, what the hell am I doing? This is the first dungeon. Forgive me here for my clearly lackluster gameplay. I didn't do a test playthrough of this game like I did for Paper Mario, which I'm running on the channel right now as well, or maybe I'm about to be, I'm not sure. Either way, I didn't do a test playthrough for this one. I do think I know this game well enough to where I won't need to. You know, I've played it enough times. This game also does have a remake on the Nintendo... Uh-oh. Ah! As I was saying, this game has a remake on the Nintendo 3DS, so if you're a 3DS owner, that works as well. And actually, I think it works better than trying to play this game with like an analog stick as your C buttons, because on the Nintendo 3DS they reinvent it so that instead it's like the L bumper or some other buttons for your items, so it works a little better there. Because again, using the stick to try and select these items, I don't like it. And there's another function for the C buttons we haven't even gotten to yet that it's just not fun to do with an analog stick. You gotta play this with the C buttons, I'm telling you. As you can see, just the standard hit doesn't kill them instantly, it takes 2. So the jump attack that we've been doing on them, that's worth 2 standard hits, to give you kind of idea of the scaling damage. Also, we can do the jump attack with the stick, and that actually does more than with the sword for some reason. But yeah, let's jump down here. Come on, like right in the center. There we go, alright. We get that old chime for solving a puzzle there. I did some water, and now we're in the lower parts of the dungeon. Oh. There we are. You might hear some crawling around in your ear right now. That's important to take note of that kind of sound design, because, what do you know, there's another gold skulltula over there. Might as well collect him. I'm not going to be going for a 100% playthrough where I get every gold skulltula. If you want that kind of thing, there are plenty of videos out there for that. There we go, we got another gold skulltula token. This is just kind of to show there are a lot out there, so hey, you can look for them. In fact, there's another one right here on these bit of vines that we can climb up to get. We've got ourselves a little button to stand on here. What do we got? Ooh, we got ourselves a fire to pop out, okay. We also have a chest here. I think this is just like a rupee or something. Oh, it's another heart, okay. So this fire is for over there. You can see some webs are blocking that door. We gotta transfer the fire over there without going too deep in the water. If you kind of look through, you can see there's a little platform underneath where you can stand so you don't sink down and start swimming. Oh, my stick withered away. Oh. Don't take that out of context. Ow! Oh. Hello there, Mr. Deku Scrub. Think you can fire another one of your shots here? There we are. Please forgive me, master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You'll never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Hey, that's a good way to remember it. Thank you. You think I'm a traitor? Kinda. We gotta use our dungeon item here to solve the puzzle. There we are. Kinda reminds me of how Link to the Past, you'd have to kill those one enemies with the bow and arrow by hitting them in the eye. After you get down in water, if you hold A, you can dive. I bet there's some interesting things underwater. I suppose so, Navi. So we can't go ahead here because of the spikes. We're gonna have to dive down right here on this button, just like Navi explained, in order to activate it and lower the water a bit, so that way the platform can kind of sneak underneath those spikes. There we are. It is time sensitive though, so we gotta hurry. Platform. We gotta go. Okay. There we are. Alright. Bam! Get this dude out of the way. Stand next to this block and grab hold of it with A. While holding A, you can push or pull it. Yeah, so we can push or pull in this game with any of the blocks. And this works kind of like old Zelda games where you could push or pull blocks. Actually, could you pull in the last games? I don't... Maybe you could. Again, it's been like a whole year since I last played a Zelda game on the channel. I don't know why, but we're finally getting around to the next one. So we can push that and then we can climb up, which basically, to climb ledges, you want to hold the stick close to them and then kind of hold forward. Get out of here, you. This guy is just acting as a kind of stick provider in case you run out, so you can light these torches here. There we are. Got that next door unlocked. Put the stick away, Link. Save it. Save it. Okay. Oh, it's the A button to put it away, and you want to do it as quick as you can. Next room here. Hey, you're looking behind me, guy. I'm behind you. What are you? Alright. Got another stick provider here. You know what that means. Puzzle time. You gotta burn this way forward. There we are. And all that's to get here. We can't seem to do anything with this wall. That will come later. Don't worry about that. Although we can use this to go over here and burn this. Hurry, Link, before the stick goes out. There we go. And we got another crawl space here. We do have some unique enemies here. These are little Goma spiders. Get out of here, you. Alright, let's crawl ahead. Now, if you've noticed the kind of rooms we've been going in, we've been going basically a big circle to connect back to this room with the water where we initially jumped down. That's so we can get to this higher platform we couldn't reach before. Like you see, that's where we lit the torch and went through there. We have the gold sculptulas here and everything. And again, the dungeons connect themselves so you can make shortcuts. In case you die, well, you'll pop up back there, and we can push this block down here to create a shortcut so we can get back here nice and easy. Look at that. I love that they think of this, and the dungeon design in this is much smarter than it is in a lot of the previous Zelda games, just in how they connect things better, I'd say. But now, we gotta get through this web. We've been burning a bunch of webs before, it's time we burn this one. So, let's go over here, back to this fire we used before. They're also reusing assets from before in order to connect puzzles at different points of the dungeon. I love how they do that. Yeah, we can kind of burn that through just by rolling through with the stick on fire. And down we go. Yes, here are the friends that guy was talking about. And remember the order? 2, 3, 1. 2, and you shoot at me now. Come on. 3, and then, last but not least, this guy here. There we go. 2, 3, 1. I got you. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. Well then, take a guess, my friend. If you were about to reveal a secret because I defeated you, how do you think I learned your secret? In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. Alright. They're kind of giving you a hint towards the boss here, which makes sense. It's the first boss of the game. But yeah, from that skull icon on the map, you can tell we've made it to the boss. Well, as we enter the scene here, camera swoops in. Again, I love the dynamic nature of the game overall. Ooh, we're sealed in. It's all dark. Misty. Where might that boss be? Oh. Hi there. Ooh. What an undulating eye. Creepy. This is the parasitic armored arachnid Goma. So yeah, as the Deku's kind of told us, we can't attack Goma until Goma's stunned. So we want to hit it in the eye with the slingshot when we get the opportunity here. And that's our chance. Bam! As soon as it glows red like that. Do the jump attack like so. Jump attack's best damage. Oh, I kind of messed up there. Goma's climbing back up. You can do this fight in one cycle. Like I said, stick jump attacks do actually more damage, so I think you do a couple of those and you'll actually kill Goma instantly. Hey, get down from there. Oh. Ugh, she's birthing. Get these eggs out of here before they birth. Uh-oh. One enemy came out. Hey. Ugh. Alright. Got the enemies dealt with. Is Goma still up there? No. Oh god, yep, there's Goma. Hello. This is interesting, by the way, that Goma, who was like Dungeon 7 in the first Zelda game, is now the first boss. I guess with the slingshot, it kind of makes sense, right? Goma always was killed by some kind of projectile to the eye. Up Goma goes again. We can stay locked on here. Keep track of her. And slingshot while the eye is red. There we go. Use the stick. Slice away. There we go. I tell you, that stick jump attack does so much damage. It's very good. With that, the evil within the Great Deku Tree is defeated. Hey, you're welcome, Mr. Tree. I hope you enjoyed me going in you. Anyway, of course we had a heart container for beating the dungeon and beating the boss. Maximum life is increased. Excellent. We have our dungeon exit here with this little blue shining portal. Never forget to pick up the heart container before you go out the exit. Unless you're doing a 3-heart run, because that's a challenge run some people do, so there you go. Well done, Jockey. Alright. Hey, no problem, Mr. Tree. Anytime. You call me up, I'll be the Goma buster for you. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? Nah, I think I'm gonna go home and rest for the night. Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. I wonder what it sounds like when he's talking, since his mouth is just wide open. Then again, before he was talking with his mouth closed, so I don't know. Is there no in between? So here we get a little vision of the guy who did this to him. It's the same guy from our nightmare. This evil man ceaselessly used his vile sorcerous powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Wow, we're getting creation lore already. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Faeror, the goddess of courage. Look at that. Yeah, the world is just a void. We're literally getting creation of the world lore. Oh, some rocks start falling here. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the red earth. Look at that. Nehru powered her wisdom into the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world, and apparently made the sky. Faeror, with her rich soul, produced all life forms which would uphold the law. And then off they go. Bam. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens. And the golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Yeah, so if you've ever wondered what that symbol is, if you're not a Zelda fan, there you go. It's literally the last thing the gods of this world left behind as they created it, and it's in this special realm that you have to access. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hand on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Damn! Yes, I will pass away soon. Do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Well, Link was just sitting down. Jockey, now go to Hyrule Castle. I say Link even though he's technically our character, what we named him. Because Link is supposed to provide that link between you and the game, right? And the story. I don't know, I've always been used to calling him Link though. There, thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me. We got a rock. Alright. So this is part of the quest items that we have in that other submenu we've seen before. Look at how shiny and green that is. You got the Kokiri's Emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the Deku Tree. The future depends on thee, Jockey. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy, help Jockey to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye. Oh. Oh. Brutal. We just watched a man die. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Jockey. Goodbye. Great Deku Tree. I think she knew. I think she knew what was happening. I mean, he entrusted her with the whole task before setting us off. Alright, back off into the forest. Hey, Mido. Hey, Jockey! What did you do? The Great Deku Tree. Did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault. And he just walks away. You know what, Mido? You're the worst. You know that? Well, yeah, it's time for us to leave the forest. Something I don't know that Link has done before, but it's time for us to go off on an adventure to Hyrule Castle, seek out the Princess of Destiny, and try to stop the evil man from obtaining the Triforce as he wishes to. What? Where are you going? To the castle? Where is the castle? Yeah, the people here don't even know. We don't really leave, do we? This entranceway is opened up now. This guy is left exit. We Kokiri will die if we leave the forest. You're not going to try to leave the forest, are you? Wait, really? Well, maybe this isn't going to be such a good idea. We'll see. As we go off. Oh, you're leaving. Oh. Aw, it's our childhood friend. I knew that you leave the forest someday, Jockey. Because you're different from me and my friends. But that's okay. Because we'll be friends forever, won't we? Yeah. I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. We got ourselves an little ocarina. Hey, just like the name of the game. This is going to be important, isn't it? You received the fairy ocarina. This is a memento from Saria. Set it to C and press the C buttons to start playing it. You can play different notes with A and the 4 C buttons. Press B to quit playing, or to start your song over again. When you play my ocarina, I hope you'll think of me and come back to the forest to visit. Hey, we will, Saria, don't you worry. Well, so long.